We would like to thank London Spire's mobile home community for the use of their clubhouse in the production of the following program. London Spires, exceptional values in senior living, close to shopping, golf, fishing, and restaurants. 951-658-1818.
Hello, once again, I'm here to share some time with you, and I'm so glad that you chose to come and be with me today. You know, there's so many other things on television, you have so many options to go to, that I am so thankful that you've come with me today. We are here at London Spires, and we are so glad that they have allowed us once again to use their clubhouse. Come on over and take a look and see what they have to offer, and spend some time here and just look. And maybe this could be just the place for you. Our scripture today is, "My voice shall thou hear in the morning. O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer to thee, and I will look up." Psalms 5:3. You know, so often we just jump out of bed, throw our pants on, and out the door we go, and there we are. And then later in the day, we kind of remember that the Lord maybe just might have wanted to talk to us this morning. And so I ask you just to take a few minutes in the morning and direct your prayer to Him. He has been waiting to hear from you all night long. Today I'm going to prepare a peach tart, or an old-fashioned country peach pie. It's without a pie pan. That's what makes it the country look. And we're going to start off, first of all, let me go ahead and make my filling first. This is about a cup of fresh peaches. It left a little bit of the skin on, not all of it, just kind of peel around it. Take about 3/4 of the skin off, leave just a little, you know, for the look of it. And then I'm going to take a can of fresh peaches, of canned peaches. And have you ever had a day like this? Can you read the peach can? Well, this is the kind of day I've been having today. So as soon as we get this in, everything's going to be all right. So this is let me look and see how big it is. I think it's a 16 ounce. It's a 21 ounce can of the peach pie filling. And like I said, this is about a cup of fresh peaches. We're going to take this and mix it together. This is going to give you your thickening, and it'll give you a little extra sweet flavor. Okay, and then it will coat, we don't need that, it'll coat these fresh peaches so they don't turn dark. And this is going to be for the center of our pie. And after we get this all mixed together, we're going to go ahead and make our pie dough. This is perfect. All righty. Somebody ate my dishcloth. Well, I'm going to lick my thumb. There you go. All righty. Here is going to be our pie dough. We're going to take 2 cups of flour. Okay. And now this is approximate because with humidity, that type of thing, it might be a little different. But let's go ahead and give you the 2 cups of flour. Now, if you've ever watched me before, you know that I don't use the cold butter. I don't use cold water. It really is the old-fashioned country way, to make a pie dough. I take this and I use the butter-flavored Crisco. And this is in the little packets, which makes it nice. Throw that away. And we just open this up, and we're going to use about 3/4 of it. So we're going to start there. So that's about 3/4 of a cup of the butter-flavored Crisco. So it's everything, but about that much. Okay? Now if it doesn't fall in, too. There we go. And if we need this, we'll go back to it. All righty. And we're going to take about a teaspoon of salt. Okay? Kind of stir that around in your flour. You don't want it to be clumped up. Now we're just going to take this Crisco, and we're going to chop it up and make it in little pea-type consistency. If you've ever made a pie dough before, I know so many times it's a lot of fussiness and finickiness, but you know what? If you just do it this way, it'll come out right every single time. So let's cut this all up. Remember, 2 cups of flour, about a teaspoon of salt. You must have the salt in there because it just never has the flavor. Remember, flour is very flat, very bland. So we're going to go ahead and keep cutting this in. You know, you can go to our webpage, that's almv.us. When you get there, you'll see that it takes you to Abundant Life Ministries of the Valley.com. Just click that on and it'll take you right to our homepage. It'll take you to all of the shows that we've done, all the menus. We also have a show on at 3:30, and that's the preaching in the church. But the other cooking show is on at 9 in the morning and 9 at night. God was so good, gave us 2 times in the day, and we're so thankful. So as you see here, we're just cutting this all up, keeping it to go into a pea consistency. And when we get it to that, we're going to add, and we're going to start off with about, 3/4 of a cup of water. Again, this is something you do to the area that you're in. So let's just start, about a 1/2 cup. And then you start stirring this. And it'll tell you if you need more water. So we just take it and stir it. You can do this in a food processor if you want to. I like doing it both ways. We're going to go ahead because this is dry on the bottom. Going to add about another 1/4 of a cup. Then take this where it's dry on the bottom and kind of pull this aside and just get that underneath there, because if you get it too wet, then it's not going to hold together. Okay, over here is a little bit too, because I've allotted a cup of water, so if we use it, fine. If we don't just dump it all in at one time. Work the dough. Okay, you can see here that this is all pretty much worked together. Okay, now we're going to take this and pull it out on a floured board. Okay. And this is, if it's a little tacky, this is what's going to give you the flour, the extra flour that you might need. So just take this out, put it into a ball, and you're going to start working it and kneading it. Let's put a little flour on the top, because this is a little tacky. Okay, because you want to be able to work with it. Now, as you see, we didn't use ice water, iced butter, all of that. Makes it much easier, and it's a fine, fine pie crust. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to start working it down, getting it flatter and flatter and flatter. Remember, we need that flour on the bottom, so when you go to take this and roll it out, you've got plenty of flour. Don't want it to stick to the board. Okay, so just take your hand and just pat it down, pat it down. Now we're going to turn it over. And as you work it like this, it's going to work it together. Now this is a pretty big pie crust because we're going to take it and fold it over the side of the pie, which I'll show you in just a second. Okay, now that I've got this pretty well out, we're going to start rolling it. Remember, this is my 49-year-old rolling pin. Got this when I got married. And we're going to take this and roll it out. And it's going to be pretty big because we have a lot to cover. Okay, and we need this to be about 1/8 of an inch thick. Now what I'm going to do, because I got a little bit too much and I don't want it to be this thick, I'm going to go around here and just take this out because I need to flatten it just a little bit more. Normally you would have 2 pie crusts, and so you would have this to be able to put over to the side. Put that right there. And you would have more to be able to work with as far as having the space. But I want this to be a little thinner, and you'll see what I mean. If you were making 2 pies, it'd be a different story. Okay. Now we take this, and I want to add a little more flour here because it's just a little tacky. Okay. Now we're going to take this and we're going to put it up on our pie sheet here. Just a second, hold on. Just see when this gets a little tacky? It's humid today, so it does make a difference. But just add a little more flour to it, and we are fine. That's why it's called dough. Okay, we're going to take a pie or a cookie sheet with some parchment paper on it, and we're going to take this and we're going to put it over onto our and you see a little hole there, just punch her right in there. Not going to hurt a thing. You'll see what I mean. Okay, now I want to take these peaches and I'm going to add some butter to it, because as this is cooking, the butter's what's going to make it creamy too. So I'm going to say 2 tablespoons of butter. And we'll mix this right in here. Let's move this out of the way. See, this is going to take and make these peaches nice and buttery and creamy. Now we're going to put this into the middle of our pie. These smell wonderful. Okay, and put this over here. Let me rinse my hands. I found my towel. Some little leprechaun took it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold it up over the pie. See, this isn't going to go into a pie pan. It's more rustic than that. Okay. And you're going to see what I mean when I get it done. Now I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to take, now this has to be whole milk. It cannot be 1%, 2%. It has to be whole milk. Or you can take egg and mix it up and use the egg mixture as well. But you need to get this nice and, not sopping wet, but a nice amount on it, because this is what's going to brown this cake or this pie. Okay. There it is. Now let's take a fork. We're just going to take this and just kind of punch it a little bit so it'll rise up, get a little air pockets in here. Okay, we're going to take this and put it in the oven, and I'll show you the finished here. Okay. This goes in a 350 oven, and it's going to bake for probably about an hour. Let me show you. What do you think? Is that a beauty or is that not a beauty? Oh, and this is exactly the way I did this one. But because of time, I went ahead and baked this one so that way you could see it completely done. But that is beautiful. I hope you get the enjoyment out of it that I had in making it for you. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and dump it in the sink and turn it over so we can make a parfait. Okay, give us a clean surface to work on. Voila, look at that. Okay, we're going to do a parfait. This is going to be the same thing. It's going to be the peaches. We need to remember that our scripture today was in Psalms 5:3, and is my voice shalt thou hear in the morning. O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer to thee, and I will look up. I just challenge you to take this, and in the morning when you get ready to get out of bed, take those extra few minutes and just stop and talk to the Lord. You know, He has your day all planned out for you. I think maybe we ought to listen to see what He wants us to do. So let's go ahead. We're going to do a parfait. And let me get my whipped cream out of the fridge, or my peaches out of the fridge. These are fresh peaches. And this is Cool Whip. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to make a parfait. Let me get my glasses. Now this is just something that you can do to just have something a little fancy if you have a dinner party or something like that, and you know, just for your own family. You know, so often we worry so much about what we're doing for company and we don't do for our family. And just something to put the parfait in, a pretty glass, makes all the difference in serving it. Okay, we got a fly in the midst. Okay, alrighty, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a spoon and we're going to add, oh silly fly. Fly alert, come and get our fly. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the whipped cream in the bottom. And all of them. I tell you, we could just stop right here and finish it. Well, I'm so glad again that you chose today to come and be with me. We are so excited for the fact that God has opened this up for us, and to be able to come into your home and to be with you every single day. We are every single day, 7 days a week. And at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now we're going to take and we're going to put some peaches. These are the fresh peaches. And they're wonderful. This is the season for the fresh peaches. I could eat this just like it is. Remember, our webpage is almv.us, and go and see what we have for you, because we are excited about having it for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit more whipped cream. And you can use any kind of, you can take whipped cream and use, you know, that you make from scratch if you want to. That's up to you. This is just so much easier. And it's a quick little thing that you can do because the peaches are in season. And so you could go ahead and pick those up at the store and fix up a nice dessert. What's for dessert? Okay. Cool Whip is what's for dessert. Okay, now I'm going to add, these are the fresh peaches, and I just pureed them. So let's go ahead now and we're going to add some of the pureed. See, it's little different layers and textures that we're going to, when we go down into it, there'll be different textures for us to eat. Okay, we got another couple of layers to go. Now, I'm going to add, these are vanilla wafers. And you want them enough that you know you have a vanilla wafer. So we're going to take these and we're going to put them right on the top here. And then see what happens when these lay in this Cool Whip and in the whipped peaches, they'll get a little bit soft. But you really want them to be crunchy, is what you want. All righty. I heard somebody swallow out there. Looking mighty fine. And again, you could do this with raspberries, cherries, blueberries, whatever you would like. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a little more. Let's do another peach. I'll cut these little babies in two. So when you get in here, you got a layer of everything. I hope you like to cook, and I hope if you haven't liked to cook and you've been watching the program, that you get inspired that, you know what, I can do that as well, because we are not doing anything that is hard. We want everything to be just as simple as we possibly can for you. You know, I watch some of the cooking shows and I see some of the dishes that they make, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I would never know how to do it. I would be so frustrated. And number two, it would be so hard in order to get the ingredients to make it. So let's go ahead. We're going to add some more Cool Whip. Now again, we want this to be down around this because we want it to soften those cookies. All right. Now I have my country pie in the oven. Remember, that's going to cook at least an hour. You'll be able to tell because the crust will be nice and crunchy. You'll see it'll be golden brown. And you'll get used to, after you're making things for a while, you'll get an eye to be able to see when something's done and when it's not done. So let's go ahead and finish this, because remember, we want this to go over those cookies in order to make them soft. You know, there's different seasons. This could be done with strawberries. Strawberries are in season as well. So just, again, do whatever it is your family would like. I have a friend that does not like strawberries at all. And whenever she comes over, I have to remember that she doesn't like strawberries. Now, I'm going to put a little more of this puree in here. And this is why you need a nice tall glass, because you want to be able to make several layers. Mighty fine, if I do say so myself. Can't you just taste this? Put your spoon down in there and taste that. Now we're going to do a few more of the cookies. Remember, you want them to taste like the cookie. You want to be able to see that it's the cookie. For those of you who have internet, like I said, we're on almv.us. And then when you pull that up, then you are at abundantlifeministriesofthevalley.com. And if you have Channel 3, Time Warner Channel 3, we are on that at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the evening. And then we also have a 3:30 show, which is our ministering from our church. So we have the bases covered, and we hope that it's something that will minister to you. All righty, let's go ahead and we're going to add a few more peaches. I'm going to save 4 peaches because I want them on the top. Okay, and the rest of them we're going to put them in here. Let me cut this one. Okay. There is nothing like fresh fruit of the season. I think we got that okay. Alrighty, now we're going to finish it with some more Cool Whip. I tell you, when you cut down into this with your fork or with your spoon, it's just going to be layers and layers of wonderful creaminess. I could see your kids helping with this. This would be wonderful for a wedding shower, a baby shower, you know, a special meal for maybe you and your honey, and just have something special like this. Again, let your mind just go and enjoy. If you have any health issues, you need to understand that there's the light Cool Whip. You don't have to have the ones with all the calories. If you have the fresh peaches, then that's just the normal natural sugar. Okay, I have some on my finger. That's good. I won't put my finger back on the spoon, I promise. Alrighty, we're also on channel 38, which is Verizon Fios. And so go there too. That's at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the evening, and also the 3:30 for the preaching show. If you don't have a home church, you know, just email us and we'll take it from there. But if you have a home church, you stay there, but if you don't. Now we're going to take the last of the peaches. This looks like something we could eat, don't you think? Oh. This one here feels a little tough, so I'm not going to put it on there. I'll just put 2 small ones. Okay, and then maybe just a little. Now this we could just put the fine crumbs, not a big cookie. Remember, these are vanilla wafers. I looked around hoping that I could find a peach cookie, You know, there's no peach cookies out there. I went up and down, in and out. I don't know what that's all about, but I think we have enough peaches in this to cover the peach flavor. Okay. So remember this peach tart that we have over here, very simple to make. Once you get down to the making of the crust, which is very simple, you know, just watch the video and just walk yourself through it a little bit at a time. And I know that it'll be something that you can do. And then once you do that, let me tell you, the sky's the limit, because that crust can be a coconut cream pie, a banana cream pie. It doesn't have to be a fruit pie. It can be a cream pie. And so just take the recipe and just go with it and minister to your family. Well, look at these. I think I did good. I do think I did good. I like seeing all the different layers of it. Looks like just a cream puff. And then we have the peach tart that is so good. You could take this and put whipped cream on it. You could take it and put ice cream on the top of this. I mean, what's wrong with a peach tart and a big thing of ice cream or of the Cool Whip? But I want you to know that it has been a pleasure for me to make this for you today. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here with you on these times that we have together. And I hope that as we do things even more, and if you want to email me and let me know if there's something you would like for me to make for you, I would be happy to do it. But let me close with our scripture again. My voice shall thou hear in the morning. Does the Lord hear your voice in the morning? That's what He wants to hear. And it says here, O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer to Thee, and I will look up. See, we're looking up to the Lord. He's our source. He is everything to us. There is nothing that we can do without Him. And that is Psalm 5:3. So come back with me again next time, and I will try my best to do the best I can for you. And I want you to know that we are here in order to fellowship together, and I am waiting to see you next time.
Thank you for joining Pastor Judy Stett. If you'd like to drop her a line, send it to Food for Body and Soul, P.O. Box 5310, Hemet, California 92544. Don't forget to visit our website, almv.us, or abundantlifeministriesofthevalley.com.
Hi, I'm Pastor Bob Stead of Abundant Life Ministries of the Valley, and I'd like to introduce to you my wife, Pastor Judy.
And we want to invite you every Sunday at 12:30 at our new meeting place at the Spirit of Joy Church at the corner of Johnston and Sanderson. And we hope to see you there.